All right, this is lesson 6. It's mixed practice, and also at the beginning we have some factoring out. Do 3 problems here. I'm going to do number 1, number 2, and number 7, and let's take a second to write down number 7. 3 plus 6b plus 3b squared, and we'll get to that in just a moment. All right, when we're dealing with a perfect square is a special case when you're factoring it, because what they tell us on a perfect square is typically a perfect square trinomial is written as a squared, or the first term squared, plus 2 times a times b. A is the square root of the first term squared. B is the square root of that last term, plus b squared. And it can be rewritten in factored form as the sum of a and b squared. And so what we're going to check here is we're going to look at our a squared and we're going to look at our b squared, and we're going to see if this middle term is equal to 2 times a times b. And so what we have here is the square root of 36 is 6, so a would be 6x. So we're going to have 2 times 6x, and then the square root of 49 is 7 times 7. And what we have here is 6 times 7, or 6x times 7. That's going to give us 42x times 2. And we will get 84x. I'm sorry, there's supposed to be an x right here. We will get 84x. So this is a perfect square trinomial, and we would rewrite it as a plus b squared. Now don't forget, there's a negative sign right here, so that needs to transfer into your factored form. And so this can be rewritten as 6x, which is our a, 6x, minus 7, which is our b, and that whole thing squared. And that's your answer. Let's look at number 2. We're going to follow the same steps. And so, once again, we want to go back to the steps of how to factor. And so the first thing we need to do is factor out the GCF. I don't see a GCF here. I have 4, 4, and 1. There is no greatest common factor there. Then we look for special cases. In this case, the special case is a perfect square. How do I know that? I'm going to find 2ab and see if it equals that middle term. 2 times a, which is the square root of this term here. The square root of that term is 2x. Times b, which is the square root of this term right here. Square root of 1 is 1. 2 times 2x is 4x, times 1 is 4x. And 2ab, which is this, does equal the middle term. So this is a perfect square. And so I can rewrite this as the sum of a plus b squared. And so I have a as 2x, as I found it earlier. And so that's 2x. And then b is 1. And that would be plus 1 because this sign is a positive right here. So I have 2x plus 1 squared. And then I'm done. And also let's go through. I didn't need to solve by grouping because it was a special case. But then I want to look for special cases again, and I don't see another special case here. Sometimes you'll see that at the end of a problem, you'll see the difference of 2 squares again, and that's why I put check for special cases again right here. Let's look at number 7. 3 plus 6b plus 3b. I'm going to check for a greatest common factor. The greatest common factor amongst these 3 terms is 3. And so I'm going to take out a 3, in which case I'll have 1 plus 2b plus b squared left. Let's look for special cases. This might be a perfect square. Let's check it. 2ab. A is b, and this is your a here. A is b, and b is 1. And don't forget to multiply it times 2. And so your middle term should be 2b. It does equal 2b, so this is a perfect square. And so this can be rewritten as b plus 1 squared with a 3 on the outside. And then you're done. Do all those problems.